Peace, peace.
Peace. What up?
Man, chilling. What's good with you, bro?
All good. I made it. I made it.
I
I made it, man. I made it. You froze. You froze up.
No, I'm here.
There you
Yeah, I'm
go.
here, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a little interesting information.
Yeah.
Give it a second, let's bullshit around, give people a chance to come in.
Okay.
I'm gonna put the link in the chat, pin it so people can join us.
You hearing any background noise?
A little bit, but it ain't bad.
Yeah. Okay. It kind of can't be helped right now.
No, it's all
I
good.
have to
It's not
shut the
bad.
whole party down.
No, you got some time. You got probably every now and then while you ain't talking. There we go. That way we can get people to come in. Tonight we're gonna talk about some illness.
Yeah.
Taking a different approach than what people normally are taking. We're gonna
Mm-hmm.
focus on as we do all the time, raising our quality, stepping our
No,
game up.
no doubt. No doubt.
Yeah. Not put the blame on nobody else. Take responsibility for what we do around here.
That's called accountability, I believe.
Yeah. It's hard for a lot of people to do, but not over here.
No, I think I need a quality drink. Let me see
Yeah,
here.
I got me a little agua.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually I'm actually at a resort type of function right now.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Well, you
they
can only participate as long as you can.
it's all good, man.
Hmm.
Not missing. I ain't worried about missing anything. Yes,
Right, right.
sir.
Yeah, man. So today was a good build in the shop.
Mm-hmm.
Send over some videos from that, at least one. You gonna let me airdrop another? B might be going to get ready.
Okay.
Mike picking up everything. Okay, good. I sent it over.
He coming on.
I think so.
All right. Yeah, we got a good
See
one
if I
right
can
here. Did you
yeah.
yeah, was you able to get your mix on with the footage?
I couldn't mix it, but it's downloading now, so we can just kind of like go through some of it. A lot of it
Okay.
didn't really hit to, some of it didn't come through because I need more storage space in my phone.
Hmm.
That's a
Yeah. Yeah, I'm at that limit too. I need to get another phone. I've been putting it off for months. Just waiting on it to crumble in my hands so I can get a new one, I guess.
lot of it was just little talking we was doing, and then it cut off right when we started getting into the meat of it. B said he'll come in 20, 30 minutes.
Okay.
All right, so right around the 3 minute mark. All right, yep, I know exactly where to start it at. Yeah, we got to watch out what we say too, man, because they'll be acting funny. All right, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's downloaded. Boom. I'm over here. Boom. Let me see if I can get that to queue up right at the right time. Okay, boom. Try to share that on here real quick. Let me hit the share button. All right, so yeah, they making it hard.
Is that right?
Yeah, man. I don't even know why it's not letting me, but it's saying I can share, but then it won't let me share. All right, I got to go to my system preferences. Give me a quick second.
Um,
All
hmm.
right, so I should have ran this through before. Never gone through this. Get started. Be patient.
Yeah. I'm juiced up. Oh yeah, I'm juiced up. I'm juiced all the way up.
So you juiced up already?
Yeah, my laptop.
May not. Says unlock the screen by selecting the lock in the bottom left corner. Nope. Yeah, bro, this is crazy. System preference. Boom. Yeah, that's gonna be hard for me to get. I'm gonna see if I can just play it. And nah, it ain't gonna work that way. Okay.
All right, man.
Permission. Go to Chrome. Go to. Go ahead. You can go ahead and build though while I try to figure it out.
No, I was just checking this out, going over all of the particulars. The language that caught my attention, man. You know how we always talk about the language,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and it's safe to assume when you're dealing with court, when you see that, um, that you are referring to something dealing with the color of law
Okay.
or color of language. And a lot of people don't understand what that means. So,
I'm making one. Good night. Go. All right. So go ahead and break it down, bro. Hey man. Good night. Hello.
yeah, I'm yeah. Okay. Just want to drop this. I just wanted to drop this off first. Um, color of law refers to an appearance of legal power to act that may operate in violation of law. For example, if a police officer acts with the color of law, authority to arrest someone, the arrest, if it is made without probable cause, may actually be in violation of law. Now, okay.
Okay, so go ahead and what you trying to say with that? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Okay, hold on a second. Hmm. I got all right. Let me. Okay, that was color of law. Uh, this is color of language.
Okay.
All languages distinguish colors. However, some languages represent colors in only two basic groups. Linguists found that all languages that have only two color distinctions base them on black and white. If a language has a third color family, it is almost always based on red. Um, Yeah, I just wanted to cover that for the record. All righty then. Now let me get back to where I was. Okay. Now, what made me want to look that up was something that I was reading about this case overturning, and it used that verbiage. Okay, so I was reading about the case, and how Judge Alito says Alito's opinion is a tour de force of the various criticisms of Roe that have long existed in academia. Alito's 78-page opinion, which has a 30-page appendix, seemingly leaves no authority uncited as support for the proposition that there is no inherent right to privacy or personal autonomy in various provisions of the Constitution. Okay. And similarly, no evidence that people's reliance on the court's abortion precedents over the past half century should matter. Yeah, okay. Alito pointed, for instance, to Planned Parenthood versus Casey, the 1992 decision that upheld the central holding of Roe and was written by Justices Sandra Day O'Connor, Anthony Kennedy, and David Souter, all Republican appointees to the court. Alito pointed to language in the Casey opinion that he said conceded reliance interests were not really implicated because contraception could prevent almost all unplanned pregnancies.
Okay, so what does that mean to you?
In fact, though, that 1992 opinion went on to dismiss that very argument as unrealistic because it refuses to face the fact that for decades, people have organized intimate relationships and made choices, in reliance on the availability of abortion in the event that contraception should fail. Not exactly the concession.
Sorry.
Yeah. So yeah, that I like, I found that interesting at the least, as well as amusing, but it's serious. It's serious. So I'm not gonna be jokey Smurf tonight. Yeah, man. I just thought I wanted to throw that statement out to start it off with, man. 1992.
Understand what is like, why you brought it up, you know what I'm saying? So what are you preparing us for?
Nothing really, man. I just thought that was interesting. I just thought it was interesting in that it's they were speaking on a different scenario of free will, you know, in this situation. A lot of people argue that, you know, they will be forced to have children in a situation of rape or sexual assault
Oh, you
or,
got to watch what you certain words, bro.
oh,
Yeah, you can't say the R. You know what I'm saying? You can say great.
sexual,
You know what I'm saying? Or sexual violence or something like that.
yeah. Pardon.
Just be mindful, and you can't say the other word. You got to say deletion. You know what I'm saying? That way we can just keep our minds having a different way to approach it.
No doubt, no doubt. Thank you for that. So yeah, and that's the first. That's the first thing I wanted to get to after we laid everything out. You know, so I can hang on to that for a minute. You got everything going. You ready to set it on your end?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm just I was gonna let you go ahead and get it going. Start it off or whatever, because I want to. I got a lot of little technical stuff that yeah, it kind of started opening up a Pandora's box.
Yeah, indeed.
Something
Yeah, go
that,
ahead, man, because I just came across that a few minutes ago. I just came across and I was like, oh, uh,
let me
you
get
know, like
contact.
that's from 30 years ago, 92.
So one thing I will say, I don't want to take the basic approach and say what a woman has a right to not to say or not. That's not
All right, man,
my place to worry about.
we don't do basic
Yeah,
approaches anyway.
yeah, that's not my way of approaching how she would see life. But I will say this though, let's follow the money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, boy.
uh,
You want
a
to get
lot.
right into it. I know
Yeah, I'm
that's
just
right.
gonna go and jump off the cliff, man.
Yeah,
A lot
yeah.
of it is following the money. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
uh, I was talking with my son, and he
Yes.
just said something don't feel right. I said, "What you mean?" He just said something don't feel right. It seemed like it's a distraction or a setup for something. And I was trying to think, well, why would he say that? And he told me a couple of things that made me think about it. You know what I'm saying? So my end result was he said his way of looking at it is, why are they making such an issue out of it? Um, like who is it serving? Either way, like what are they? It's like they're trying to clean up something. Is what he tried to give me the impression. Like,
Mm.
and if you look at, there's certain talking points that are put out there that everybody brings up, and I don't even want to bring up those talking points because um that shows one that our mind is being led through the conversation and not our
Mhm.
minds leading us through the conversation. You know what I mean? And so, but my thing is to follow the money. So, what? Well, let's just do this right now, so it won't be like I'm making this stuff up.
How far you want to follow the money?
We can go as far as our minds can take it.
All right. All right. Where we starting at?
Um, hold on. In the oh, last, I'm gonna do 20 years.
20 years.
So in the
Y'all,
last 20 years, we've had effectively looking at the United States stats since the 1980s, there have been um 1,500,000 per year in the 80s through the 90s. Then it decreased to 1,000,003 all the way up until the 2000s, and from 2000 to 2012, it's still a million. From 2013 till now, you're looking at over 750,000. So,
Mm,
that's a lot, right?
absolutely.
So to me, that's a lot of waste. You following me?
Yeah.
And what is the method of utilizing or getting rid of that waste? In my opinion, it's been monetized. Um, and one way that we know it's been monetized, which I'll share my screen. So this is not me making this stuff up. This is me pointing the picture at things that exist that are public, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I want to share my screen and I want to do tabs. Okay, so this is the one my son told me about. I don't know if you can see this. Can you see this?
Oh
MR,
yeah. MRC5.
MRC.
Yep.
Okay. So, and with I don't really want to read into it, but I'm gonna kind of skim through it. Um, it is a cell culture. It is fibroblast, originally developed from the lung tissues of a 14-week-old Caucasian fetus, deleted
Mm,
Caucasian fetus. So, they have a tendency to share a lot of information in this with us. So let's continue, shall we?
all right.
Um, and let's look at this right here. Application. They are
Okay.
current. They are currently used to produce several, including hepatitis A, varicella, and polio.
Mm,
So we just following the money. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
you have a use, and it's not. Why would you throw away 1.5 million a year, which would make that 3 million sets of, if they are there, lungs? You see what I'm saying? That can
Mm-hmm.
possibly have some usage, right? So then I
Yep.
kept reading. It says during the CV schlamdemic,
Yeah.
the anti-V's and anti-deletion activists believe that the MRC5 was an ingredient for AstraZeneca,
Oh.
citing a study from the University of Bristol. Clarifies that MRC5 was solely used for testing purposes to determine how the juice box, the juice, yeah, will behave when it is inside a generally normal human cell. The manufacturing of it used the HEK23 fetal
293.
29
293.
excuse me, 293 fetal cell line, the kidney cell of a deleted female fetus. Through the cells, I mean, though the cells are filtered out in the production line. Okay, so I had to go look up what was that. But before I do that, let's go down deeper. I also see the use of fetal tissue in juice development, right?
Mm-hmm.
If we follow the money, then we go to this one.
So hold on,
Go ahead, bro. Let's talk about it.
yeah, you said AstraZeneca, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we all heard of AstraZeneca. Who's what company produces the AstraZeneca?
Okay, let's find out.
You got it, or you want me to look it up?
You can look it up. I'm trying to, stay with us as we uncover it in real time. Okay. Biopharmaceutical company. It's
Oh,
global.
it's the company itself. It's not a medicine. It's not a drug.
Yeah, but they produce one, right?
Hmm.
Okay.
So that is the company, AstraZeneca. All right,
Right.
boom.
And it's a British Swedish multinational pharmaceutical biotechnology company
Hmm.
with its headquarters in Cambridge Biomedical Campus in
Mm.
Cambridge, England.
Mm. Okay.
Okay. We're not gonna go too deep into that one, but we knowing though that these things are being used by these companies. Um, and the only way that they could get those uh ingredients is through deletion. We just can deducing this all as we go. I ain't do
Yeah.
no research, bro. I just brought it up, and we talking about it to bring out as much as we can. You know what I'm saying? So, in my opinion, the conversation piece, the conversations that we're having is to distract us emotionally about what happens when this violent acts to happens to the woman, and the actual idea of mortally losing your life behind something. So we're being led to say why it's okay to still do it. You see what I'm saying? We're being
Yeah.
like given a reason to say, well, this is why it should be done. When we can look up what is the average of women who can die from giving birth? You know what I'm saying? We can look. We're gonna do all this in real time, bro.
Yeah. Okay. You want me to look that up?
Look, you look up how many women are violently attacked and get pregnant, and I'll look up how many women face near death uh, from having a child.
Let me tell you this. Let me share this quote with you from the website
Okay.
of the aforementioned company. We want to transform healthcare, change the lives of billions of people for the better, and address some of the biggest healthcare challenges facing humankind.
Hmm.
I just thought that was interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah, of course they do. Now, okay, where were we? Percentages.
Of women that become pregnant through violent means. You follow me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, through the grape ape attack. Okay. Okay. So that's even better. And that's even better. This is the we're gonna use public information.
Yeah, always.
So we're not like making these things up. So I'm gonna share this part of the screen too because I think it's important that we actually have a clear understanding.
Yeah, I just grabbed some figures.
I think you should be able to share your screen as well. All right, so here we go.
I got some numbers, man.
All
I
right,
got
so I would like to them to see the numbers that I'm seeing. So it says the death of woman during pregnancy, at delivery, or soon after delivery is a tragedy for her family and for society as a whole. Sadly, about 700 women die each year in the United States
there's be
as
so
a result of pregnancy and delivery complications. And how many women are in the United States?
Millions.
But that 700 is a very small amount compared to the actual number of women that are actually here. But yet there's a lot of emotion. There's more triggering emotion from the
Mm-hmm.
fact that someone dies from that or could die from that. But
Yep.
there's way more energetic energy for the actual birth of that child being born, meaning the happiness, the love, the joy, sentiment. So uh, we do you see how now the talking point that we're being presented with is like orchestrated more than
It's
it
not
is.
that. It's not that. It's not what you just said, what you just pointed out.
What you mean? Oh yeah,
That's
yeah, you're right, you're right. But it's the going back to our build on the senses, right?
yeah.
Someone understands that sense of emotion and how to trigger it in a multitude of women. Now you add that onto the information you about to share with us.
Um, yeah, I mean, that's easy, with this topic right here, this subject or this
Hmm.
issue. So what I have is some more numbers for uh, grape and grape related pregnancy.
Hmm.
Almost 3 million women in the US experienced RRP during their lifetime. The prevalence of RRP was similar across racial and ethnic groups: Hispanic, white, non Hispanic, black, non Hispanic, and other non Hispanic. About 18 million women have experienced vaginal grape in their lifetime. That's a big number.
How many?
18 million,
Right, right.
right? Women who were raped by a current or former intimate partner were more likely to report the RRP, 26% of them, compared to those that had by an acquaintance, 5.2%, or a stranger, 6.9%.
Mm.
Okay. Of women who were by an intimate partner, 30% experienced a form of reproductive coercion by the same partner.
Mm.
Specifically, about 20% reported that their partner had tried to get them pregnant when they did not want to, or tried to stop them from using birth control. About 23% reported their partner refused to use a condom.
Yeah, I mean that's what they use a condom if they were doing that. I mean, I'm taking it. I don't have to if I'm gonna be protective too.
All
That
right.
sounds premeditated.
So,
Go ahead,
right.
continue. Sorry.
Yeah. I want to do just a quick unofficial crunch of these numbers real quick.
Okay.
Like, let's take that 18 million number.
Okay.
18 million, right? And then we're going to take 30%. No, I can't do that because it said that 26% were they they dealt with former intimate partner. Okay.
Right.
So I'll take 26%. That's almost a quarter. That's about a quarter of the 18 million. So that'll be between 4.5, less than 5 million right there, right?
Right.
Okay. So 5 million. That's our number right now we working with. 5 million experienced a form of reproductive coercion by the same partner. 20%
Okay.
reported the partner tried to get them pregnant when they didn't want to. 23% reported that the partner refused to use a condom. All right, now we got some numbers. Now we got bigger numbers to, to work with. 5 million. Let's round up to 5 million. Let's say 5 million. That's a significant number right there.
Okay.
And so we break things down, we chop stuff up, man, with logic, And so the logic on this is that 5 million women out of 18 million. That's still those are some big numbers there. Right?
Right.
Big numbers. Now, and I'm gonna speed it up because I'm being a little methodical.
Yeah, boy, you got the snail wheels on.
Yeah, I do that, for added effect because I want it to be, I want my words to be conveyed clearly. I don't want any room for any margin for errors a lot when I speak, so I do that deliberately. 18 million, 5 million. We talking about 5 million who deal with unruly partners, right?
Right.
Okay. In this situation, you got 5 million dealing with unruly partners and resulting in a need for this type of situation. So me personally, that's kind of that's significant, and it also it can be like off of the top of my head, I would lean toward supporting the women, supporting that 5 million in this situation who suffered some abuse and it ended up.
Is that 5 million a year or through their lifetime?
Hold on a second.
So this is why I asked that, right? Because so we can kind of speed it up a little bit.
Yeah, it's not a year. It's just saying in
So what I want to see is then this is another thing too. This is one thing you cannot tell. You cannot tell an individual when they're experiencing that they're experiencing that or not. Let's make that clear first of all.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Cannot tell her she's experiencing that or not. So that takes me to what type of man is in her life doing her this way to where it makes her feel that way. That's my first thought. You know what I'm saying? Because what I look at is when we dealing with this in its purest form, it's not them that have the problem. It's us that have the problem. You know what I'm saying? The fact that that's happening and the fact that there's different levels of it that we don't talk about. Like one, when we talked about in sexual responsibility in our first episode, second episode, I believe, where we talked about the way that older men treat younger girls and why the states had to make rules called statutory, great ape attacks. You know what I'm saying? So that is not always physically violent at first. That is mentally soothing and filling up a certain avenue in her mind to make her feel a certain way. But when that actual act
manipulation, it's manipulation.
when that actual act comes into play, then she's dogged out. which you know how we do when we get in there. We kind of go bananas. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about just in a consensual. So imagine some young girl who don't know. Now she's being assaulted. So that's another situation that's really that we have to focus on that ain't being talked about. And that's not the women's fault. That's not these young girls' fault. That is the older men. That's the reason why they have a certain level, a certain age that you shouldn't go beyond, and that's what they call it. What they call it.
Okay,
So
good call.
yeah. So go ahead though. But I was just throwing that in there to say that a lot of young girls that's out here that's getting pregnant, they are victims of that type of manipulation. You see what I'm saying? And that type of manipulation is what's causing them to have babies. Now the thing is we're not going to be concerned with her not being able to make a sound decision of dealing with this man or not, because once we as men get a certain age and we claim to be logical creatures and all of that, we know what we're doing to them. And so in knowing what we're doing to them, they're forced to have these babies, which come, like, let's go back to the science of having the baby, that baby is born with the energetic expression of the parents at that time, meaning the young lady is young and don't know much, being manipulated, and the father of that baby is knowing what they're doing and being manipulative. Now this child is born with that energy, and we wonder why when that child is born into these communities uh that are because this is the reason for welfare.
Cycles.
Yeah, this is the reason for welfare, because these women are being taken advantage of and put in
Oh,
these.
whoa, hold up, hold up.
You
You
got to
said
look at it,
the
man.
reason? You said that's the reason for welfare?
Yes, yes. We the second episode we had, when I was researching it about the mental health. Matter of fact, I think I still have it on my computer to bring it up. The mental health aspect. What happens to these women is they already young, and sometimes I remember watching little girls get kicked out because the state could take care of them. But before that, it was just a lot of women being manipulated and abused by older men, so the states had to figure out some programs to help these women survive with these children. Hence the welfare program. It ain't like they doing it. See, we thinking because of our misunderstanding of it, especially the brothers thinking who don't want to take responsibility or accountability, thinking that it's a so-called white man, WIGHT, white man, holding us back when we're the ones that's going out creating the situation that makes it hard on the communities. So they have welfare programs, and then we put the strain on the welfare program by manipulating more young girls because the state would take care of them. You see what I'm
Okay,
saying?
hold on.
Go ahead, go ahead.
I, I just wanted to keep it like more general. You know what I'm saying? Because that's major. That's way bigger than one group of people right there. You talking
Yeah,
about
but
welfare?
we focusing on us though. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, well, I guess so. Okay, now, um, the welfare situation.
Yep.
We following money. Who does the welfare situation benefit?
Well, let's say it taxes everyone pays into that. Every community pays into taking care of the illegitimate children of the natives and blacks that are making these poor decisions. So it's not a just us thing. Every community that pays taxes to their city and local and government funds is paying for that.
Mm.
Now, out of that you got that where they need medical attention, they need to eat, they need housing. Who are the owners of these hospitals? Who are the owners of these facilities that they're staying in? Who are the owners of these facilities that make the surplus uh, food that they need? That is where we're looking at now. We're following the money. Now, see that right there is like someone has to feel the need. So there, I'm not pushing blame on them, but I can understand at the let's look at our business. We make a certain amount of money. We have a certain lifestyle that we're living based on the money we make. So we're going to do what it takes to keep that lifestyle going. You know what I mean? And we just happen to use excellence as a means to keep that going. Some other people may not think like me and you. They may not have the inner qualities that we have in order to raise our business up to meet our inner quality, in which we're trying to better that. That's why we call ourselves men of quality. But some people have different quality than us, and they will do whatever it takes to maintain that life. You know, they put their kids through school through these means. Now, this is not that they didn't do this on purpose. Let's not give them that. Let's give it as they took advantage of a situation and they're just trying to hold on to their situation. This way, we take the violent aspect out of it and we put the moral aspect on it. You see what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And
Okay.
so, go ahead, go ahead.
No. Y'all, I want you to get done, bro.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. We following the money. Now
Yeah.
these individuals also know that there's other groups that now that we can see dealing with certain pharmaceutical companies that figure, hey, there's tons of waste in this field over here that we could use for some type of um usage. Like a good example is the immortal cell that they extracted from this woman of color. I'm gonna just say woman of color, American, and they took it from her womb, and it reproduces itself over and over, and they use this to make different pharmaceuticals based
Yeah.
on studies based on this. Now, this woman didn't have knowledge that this was happening, but
Yeah.
yet
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? So now someone figured out how to monetize that waste.
And she didn't get a dime.
She didn't get a
Her
dime.
family didn't get a dime.
Nah, and she's
Right?
actually no, yeah, right. They didn't. And she's healing, or should I say, and giving people all over this planet some type of immunity that's worth something.
Yeah.
We're just
Yeah.
following the money. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not gonna say a woman has the right to do and not do with her body. She has the right to do whatever she wants.
All
But
that.
if we follow the money, she's no longer the focus because she is an emotional creature who lived life through feeling life. But
Boom.
someone else is taking the logical means to monetize her emotional state of being.
Mm. All right.
And go ahead.
Um. Yeah. No, I'm with you. I'm looking at I'm looking at things some other things happening down the trail, the money trail, right? So
Okay.
that's a good one. That's great. You started off great. So um let's look at, say, where the housing, like you said, you got what? Housing, medical, right?
Yep.
So now we establishing a trail. We establishing side trails in the trail, right?
Yep.
Talk about some more of these side trails that are in the trail. Okay. Let's talk about um, education, public school system,
Yep. Well,
been
now
failed.
you're dealing with what are you gonna do with all these people?
Exactly. Right.
Human resource.
So a lot of the children from these situations, a lot of the products from these situations, where do they end up?
Yep. Yep. Now you're getting into to the penal
Deep,
system.
getting deeper, you're going deeper down the hole.
Getting into
Right?
the penal system. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Penal system.
What
Hell.
about what about like these Dollar Trees and Dollar General stores that provide these uh uh I don't know what to call it, but besides the things that they need at like for your housing, cleaning, stuff like that, and
Right.
this so-called food that they're selling. And those
Okay.
those
So
things are having to exist with these low income
yeah.
environments.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so we when we in the hole, we looking at the hole, like you said, it's taken away from that. Uh, you're dealing with high levels of manipulations, right?
Yep.
You're dealing with high level manipulation. Not to mention that everything that we mentioned thus far exists in the realm of commerce.
Yes. Yep.
Everything is
If
commerce.
you're on the call, if you're on the live, if you have any comments, please type them in the comment section so we can address concerns or any information we're missing, and like and share this with other people so they can chime in on the conversation, because we're going in and we're presenting information that most people won't talk about in their podcast. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, commerce. So to me, I don't have a lot of feelings on the matter. I don't have a lot of I can't come from it. I can't come from an emotional standpoint because I understand that it's all commerce, meaning it's all business, right?
Right.
And it's all business to whomever is at the end of the money trail. Just to kind of catapult the conversation, right?
Right.
So knowing that, like, what's the course? What is what is our best course of action in this scenario, in this situation?
What do you mean?
I'm just saying, what can you do? You know that old saying, what can you do? What can you do?
Well, one thing that I'm looking at doing is what we're doing now, bringing
Exactly.
some bringing some light to it, and it's we are steering the conversation.
Yeah. No,
You know,
man. Yeah, absolutely.
we are
Consciousness.
steering. Go ahead.
Consciousness, first of all. Consciousness. Consciousness. We need to raise our consciousness. Consciousness of the situation, consciousness of the rabbit hole, and consciousness, or at least wondering, who's at the bottom of the rabbit hole? Where does the rabbit hole lead? Who does it lead to? When we start to ask these questions, a lot of them are not hard to answer at all. But more importantly, before we even answer those questions, we can absolutely figure a lot of the issues out at home.
Right.
They begin with us. They begin with the men. They begin with the men. Like this topic, all of our topics, nothing has gotten outside of that that format. Nothing's outside of that. It begins with us, with the men. And I say that because these numbers I just looked up, you know, the 5 million out of the 18, that's a result of men behaving badly, right?
All of it is a result of men behaving badly.
Right. Men
All eight.
behaving, men behaving this kind of badly though. You know what I mean? Because that's badly, and then and then from there it gets worse. For what? What percentage? I can't say exactly, but you got 18 million. That's a big number, you know. And then you got 5 million, which is also a big number, but you got 5 million of men behaving badly in relationship situations, right?
Mhm.
All right, so it's it still comes back on us. It comes back on the men, and that's with that being said, um, we still dealing. We still it still come back to men. It still come back to us and our quality and our standards, right?
True, true.
So I'll just stop right there. I'd
Well,
stop right
let me add on to that because I see where you're going with it, and it's
there.
kind of like if you're not gonna, well, let's just keep talking about it, talking about the whole process of biology. Um, no woman on this planet can have a deletion if men did not perform their task of placing the seed there.
Mm,
Not
absolutely.
one would happen. She can't
Not
do it on
one.
her own.
Yeah,
So
not
that
one.
means that we want to sit there and blame women for what they're doing, but not hold men accountable for their actions. And then we, the men who are not being held accountable for our actions, want to tell them how to deal with themselves just so we can continue acting like that. Let's not even get on women. Let's focus on where the money's going and who's perpetuating it. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
we could say the women for last.
Yeah, we say them for last, but right now we're gonna deal with what comes first. Always come first is us. Not
Always.
because we're better. No, that's not the science.
No, that's just
Science,
nature.
the nature says I have to drop it. I have to drop it and it has to go somewhere. Okay, well, let's talk about that. My question would be when is their life in the process?
It's life from the onset. The man is carrying the life.
Okay, so if it's a life from the onset, they say that it's not, people like, people who are not quite aware of the biology and how it works, they like to say that um that it's not quite a person yet. But of course not. It's a being that has way more power than we give it with our understanding. And I say that by saying this. Um
It moves. It
it
knows where to
moves on its own, it
go.
knows where to go.
Yeah,
That's the kind of
yeah,
intelligence.
yeah. That's life.
It
What else?
knows how to duplicate itself.
Not only is that life, that's intelligent life.
That's intelligent life. It's duplicating itself. Once it finds the food source and its ultimate teacher, it goes in there and it sits down and learns what it needs to do in order to formulate itself to come back into to this world through her, because that's her job, to feed it and teach it how to exist in the world. And then it starts to say, well, I can't do this job by myself. Let me double myself. Then it says, well, we can't do this by ourselves. Let us keep formulating, doubling ourselves to the point where we can assign tasks to each other and jobs to where we can work in trillions of forms. We have trillions of our own form that's been duplicated and organized to be brain cells, to be organ cells, to be the chemicals that produce the hormones. And you got the hormone, you got all these things, that's these cells are working together. to create a body. That right there is the ultimate in our intelligence because we didn't even have to, that came instinctively, intuitively, or whatever you want to say. That came like that. So if it's not her that's responsible for that, she doesn't carry those seeds, that she doesn't carry that seed that has that intelligent life. She cultivates it and make it better. She gives it
Yeah.
more of a purpose than just being one seed. She teaches it the science of doubling, tripling, and where to place everything. She tells the entity where to put its heart and where its veins should go and how its nerve ending should go through its body. She alone does that, but we alone put it there. So if we're doing that, it has life at the moment it leaves that sack. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, it is a rock don't give birth to a live entity. A live entity gives birth to a live entity. So at the moment, so you know where I'm going with this. Then, if she's wrong for deleting that, wouldn't we be just as wrong for
Every
throwing that
bit,
substance
every
away?
bit, every bit. More wrong.
You
Because
see
we
what I'm
creating the
saying?
whole situation.
And
You
then we
know what I
get
mean?
mad at her for her keeping our weakness. That's what that is. That is a sign of our lack of discipline, our lack of strength, because we couldn't hold that seed. It felt so good we couldn't hold it, so we punish her for being the one who captured it. Now we don't want her to keep it because it's a sign of our weakness. That's just me going off the top of the head now. It's a
Yeah,
sign of
yeah,
our,
yeah.
and then these children come out and we be having issue. Let's look at today. I'm not gonna say no names, bro. Let's look at how today was in the shop. That was a sign of it. Just having that conversation with bro and how he's dealing with his situation. That's a sign of it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, damn,
Absolutely.
that was my moment of weakness, and that moment of weakness produced this right
Yeah,
here. So I'm
yeah,
happy to deal with it in the sense of, well, it's here now.
yeah.
So
But
there's no. Go
how
ahead.
much did he put that together? How much accountability did he take?
He took a lot. He
Right.
took a lot because
He's assuming it. Absolutely.
he's dealing with it. So he's taking the
Yeah,
responsibility that most men wouldn't.
yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
that's how I look at it. He took the responsibility most men wouldn't, and that was respectful. That was respectful. You know
All
what I'm
day.
saying? And
All day.
I got to give it to the bro because he, if most of us did that, well,
It'd be different.
if most of us took the conversation the way we're taking it and understand that we like to focus on the human body being a woman thing, it is feminine, but once it becomes masculine, we need to have a different science behind dealing with us because it's not the same as what she is. She is a
Mm-hmm.
receiver of what we give off. So we're
No doubt.
givers. You know what I'm saying? So then we are the ones creating this culture because we're the builders, right? We
Yeah.
replace we replace the humans. She helps us in doing that, but we actually effectively replace them and create them to come to this world and do what? To be like us?
Yeah. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Cycle. The cycle.
Yeah,
Um, I gotta get. I'm gonna have to get, man. I was hoping I could hold it down for Buddha Palms, but
no
yeah,
doubt.
I gotta pause for the cause. But yeah, it's a good bill, it's a good start, man. You know, we'll finish up,
No doubt, bro.
get
No
back to
doubt.
it. Yeah, great build though, man. As always, man, you come with the clutch points, man. And you know, I just wanna add on.
We did a good hour and 15. That's cool.
Yeah, 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 yep. That's decent. But you know, we definitely need to double back on them because we're not even halfway. We're not
Yeah,
even
we
half.
we just have to. Yeah, we need these women. We need these women's insight on it because they want to approach it with it's my body. I can do what I want to, and we need to
Yeah,
be like,
yeah,
it's not your body that we're talking
yeah,
about.
yeah.
It's our body
Man,
that we.
I really like this lady spill, man, at that protest today.
Mm-hmm.
She had a very interesting spiel.
Yeah, you know what? You can send me that video, so we'll start back over with those videos.
Yeah, we'll do.
Yeah.
All right, bro.
Yep, man. I appreciate you, bro.
Oh man, likewise.
No doubt. Yeah, we'll pick it back up.
Word.